All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Lakin. I am your host for tonight. Thank you for joining. If you're already with us, we are doing an open mic night tonight. And these are always a little fun. Get a good variety of different kinds of acts going on here. And if you have never met me or heard of me, again, my name is Lakin. I am broadcasting all the way over here on the West Coast from Los Angeles. So it's a little bit bright over here, and I thought I'd bring some of your autumn charm from your campus as my background today. So I'm going to start off with a couple songs, and then we'll get right into it. The first song I'm going to do is a song off of my latest album. It's called Honeysuckle, and hope you like it. You are my honeysuckle, I'm your honeybee, 'cause I kiss your mouth and your taste so sweet. Yeah, the sun comes out when you're next to me. Whoa, oh, yeah. The sky goes to gold from gray in winter. Your smile just slows my busy heart. Your shine feels like Sunday in September. Lazy days and golden rays like dusk and dawn. You shape the clouds I'm dancing on. You are my honeysuckle, I'm your honeybee, 'cause I kiss your mouth and your taste so sweet. Yeah, the sun comes out when you're next to me. Whoa, oh, yeah. Birds ain't got nothing on you in springtime. Blossom into melody so beautifully. And if there's one thing I can't get out of my mind, it's your song. I sing along whenever you're around. Together we're a savory sound. You are my honeysuckle, I'm your honeybee, 'cause I kiss your mouth and your taste so sweet. Yeah, the sun comes out when you're next to me. Whoa, oh, honeysuckle, I'm your honeybee, 'cause I kiss your mouth and your taste so sweet. Yeah, the sun comes out when you're next to me. Oh, oh, oh. Upside down and inside out, I fall in love but still somehow you got me high above the clouds. You taste so fine, you taste so sweet. You bring me easily to my knees. Honey, you are the one that I adore. Honeybee, 'cause I kiss your mouth and you taste so sweet. And the sun comes out, you're next to me. Oh, oh, ooh, honeysuckle, honeybee, kiss my mouth and you taste so sweet. And the sun comes out, you're next to me. Oh, 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 all right. Well, again, my name is Lakin. If you guys are just joining, thank you for making it out to our virtual open mic night. That was an original called Honeysuckle. And I'm gonna do a little cover for you here. Get things kind of started, and we are going to introduce the first student right after this tune. So this is one of my favorite ones to do. It's by a great songwriter, Corinne Bailey Ray. This is Put Your Records On. Three little birds out on my window, and they told me I don't need to worry. Summer came like cinnamon, so sweet. Little girls double dutch on the concrete. Lately sometimes we feel afraid, but it's alright. The more things seem to change, the more they stay the same. Don't you hesitate, girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. You go ahead, let your head down. In soft and fading jeans, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your head down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow. Blue as the sky, somber and lonely, sipping tea in a bar by the roadside. Don't you let those other boys fool you. I love that afro hairdo, yeah. Lately sometimes we've got it wrong, but it's alright. The more things stay the same, the more they seem to change. Don't you think it's strange? Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. You go ahead, let your head down. In soft and fading jeans, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your head down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow. Just more than I could take. Pity for pity's sake. Some nights keep me awake. I thought that I was stronger. When you gonna realize that you don't even have to try any longer? Do what you want to. Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. You go ahead, let your head down. Yeah, soft and fading jeans. I hope you get your dreams, yeah. You go ahead, let your head down. Baby, let your head down. And put your records on, yeah. You go ahead, let your head down. Oh, 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 soft and fading jeans. I hope you get your dreams, yeah. You go ahead, let your head down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow. Okay, we are going to get right into it. We've got quite the lineup tonight. A couple different types of acts going on here. Our first person that's coming up for you, she is a first-year student at KU studying accounting. Her name is Tunkara, and she will be performing an original song while playing ukulele. Please, everyone, welcome Tunkara.
Oh man, they did me so dirty. They put me right after Lakin. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to compete with that. Anyway, my name is Kidi, and I'm gonna be performing a song called Seasons. Hope you enjoy. does it feel to be surrounded by something that's real? Oh, tell me, how does it feel to be reckless and still know how to heal? I'll make it if you make it easy for me. If I were, would you follow my lead? Promise me. Say the words, oh my, say the words that you want me to feel. Take control, take control. If your feelings are real. I remember when you say to me, seasons go, same damn things. I remember when you say to me, seasons go, you're changing. I know you know me. I wish I could say the same. Seasons change, you go, I don't leave. Wish I could be the same. I'll make it if you make it easy for me. If I run, would you follow my lead? Promise me. Say the words, say the words that you want me to feel. Take control, take control. If your feelings are real. Okay, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed it. Back to you, Lakin. I don't know. You told me to do something like that.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Kadi. That was awesome. I just love the vibe. It was very soulful. It was like acoustic soul is what I would call that. Very awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your gifts with us. We are going to go to the next performer here. Our next performer is named Isaac Ryder. And Isaac is a mathematics major who graduated high school at the age of 16. Although he loves all magic, his passion is card magic and is particularly fascinated by the techniques used by card cheats. His effects vary from a single card control to full deck control, and he can solve a Rubik's Cube in a single shake. Tonight, he will be performing close-up card magic for you. If you see him on campus, don't be afraid to ask to see a trick. Please, everyone, welcome Isaac Ryder.
Thank you so much, Lakin, and I want to thank all of you so much for spending your Friday night here with us. We have a lot of fun stuff prepared for you. To begin, I thought I'd do a quick opener with the Rubik's Cube, actually, since Lakin just mentioned it. The Rubik's Cube was really one of my first obsessions. I always poured so many hours over it trying to solve it. But eventually I learned that sometimes you just need to be patient. You just need to take a look at it. And eventually, after a while, everything just kind of comes together like so. I'll do that one more time, but this time I won't, I'll hold it at the fingertips to make it even more bizarre. Watch, in just a single shake, everything comes together like that. Now, like Lakin said, although Rubik's Cubes are great, and I love all types of magic, I'm particularly passionate about card magic. Let's take a look at what we have prepared for you this evening. Like she said, I love the techniques used by card sheets, but I also love the math behind it. So that's two aspects. We have the mental aspect, like card counting, which is used by some of the best hustlers in casinos. And on the other hand, you have dexterity and cheating that way. So if we could create a card player that could harness the physical dexterity side and also the mental side, we could create theoretically an unbeatable card player. First, we'll start with the dexterity side, and I'll start by giving the deck a quick mix just like so, as I always like to work with a shuffled deck, keep everything nice and above board. The first thing that a cheater must do is location. They have to locate the cards that they're going to cheat with. And if I was doing this correctly, I think I've located two very important cards. The Jack of Spades right over here, and the Ace of Spades right over here. Now, question, why are these cards important? We're going to consider the game Blackjack, which is one of the most hustled games in casinos. In Blackjack, the object is to get your cards to sum as close as possible to 21. A Jack is a 10, an Ace is either a 1 or an 11, depending on what you want it. So if I get this hand, I automatically have 10 plus 11 or 21. How do I do that? I'll show you how. But before I can do that, notice that even though I shuffle the cards, I do need someone else to cut the cards, just to keep everything else above board. Lakin, would you mind helping me?
Sure.
Great, thank you so much. Now, since you're not here and can't, you're all the way on the other side of the country, in fact, I'm going to riffle down the cards like this, and I'll have you cut the cards just by saying stop at any point during my riffle.
Stop.
Right there?
Yes.
That's what you wanted, and that's where I cut. And from here, I would actually do the deal. Now, let's say I have the Ace of Spades. Maybe through sleight of hand, I've controlled it to the top of the deck. Watch closely. I can make it look like I'm dealing cards regularly. Again, the Ace of Spades is on the top, but you notice when I deal, the Ace of Spades is nowhere to be found. It only appears when I want it to. I'll do that again with the Jack of Spades, but I'll leave it face up. You'll notice that the Jack of Spades is on the top of the deck, and I'm dealing the cards that are underneath it. This is called a second deal, and it's particularly useful in a game like this. But I want to create a special challenge for all of you this evening. I don't just want to give myself a blackjack, a perfect 21. I want to give all 4 players that I just dealt out a perfect 21, exactly the point where Lakin cut. Let's take a look at the first hand. We have an 8 and a 6. 8 plus 6 is 14. So close to 21, but not too close. So I need to find 2 cards that each sum to 7. And if I can do that, we will have our first 21. That's a 3 and a 4. We have 8 plus 6 gives us 14. 3 plus 4 gives us 7. That gives us 21 in the first player. What do we have next? Next, we have a 3 and a 4. This is actually kind of nice because a 3 and a 4 sum to 7. So there's no harm. There's no possibility that I can go over 21. So I can just choose a random card and work with it. Ooh, a 9. This is kind of difficult. 3 plus 4, that's a 7. Plus 9 is 16. So that means that I need to find a 5 in order to get 21 without going over. Right there. A 5. 4 plus 3 is 7. 9 plus 5 is 14. Add those together, and you get 21. Ooh, this is actually an interesting case. We have an ace. Aces are kind of like wild cards. They can either be 1s or 11s, depending on what you want. So let's pretend that this is an 11. 2 plus 11 is 13. So in that scenario, I have to find an 8 in order to get 21. However, let's pretend that the ace is a 1. If the ace is a 1, we have 2 plus 1 plus 8, which gives us 11. So in that case, I need to find a 10 in order to get a perfect 21. So far, so good. Last but certainly not least, we have this 7 and this ace. I just noticed, this is actually pretty cool. Notice that we have an ace here, an ace here, and an ace here. We have 3 aces on the board. It would definitely be a shame if we didn't get all the aces. So I'll try and find the last ace pretty quickly. Right about there. There's our ace of diamonds. What do we have so far? We have a 7 and an ace. Let's let this ace be 1. So 7 plus 1 is 8. Plus this 11 right here, that equals 19. One of the hardest things to do, 19. That means that I have to find a 2, anything larger, and I'm going to go straight over 21. It's difficult, it's highly improbable, but it's not impossible. 21 all around. Now, to be entirely honest, I did want to do something particularly special for this open mic, since it's a special open mic, out of the ordinary to do this virtually. And I wanted to bring the math side into it. All of that was just the dexterity part. But when you combine the math with it, you can do some truly interesting things. You notice that I got each of these columns to sum to 21, because that's how the game is played. But I wanted to do something more. I not only got all of the columns to sum to 21, but I got the rows to sum to 21. Check this out. 8 plus 4 is 12. 2 plus 7, that's 9. 12 plus 9 is 21. 6 plus 3, that's 9. 1 plus 11, that's 12. 12 plus 9, we got 21. Let's see, we got 3 plus 1, that's 4. 8 plus 9, that's 17. 17 plus 4 is 21. 10 plus 2, that's 12. 5, you get 17. Add 4 to that, you get 21. But I didn't just want to do all the columns and all the rows. I really wanted to do the diagonals also. Check this out. We got 8 plus 3. That gives us 11. Add the 2 to that, that gives us 13. Add the 8 to that, that gives us 21. What do we got here? We got 9 plus 1, that's 10. 7 plus 4 is 11. 10 plus 11 is 21. But I didn't just want the rows, the diagonals, the columns, not just that. I wanted to get as many 2x2s as possible to add to 21. We got these add up to 21, these add up to 21, these add up, these add up. And these right here in the center, check this out. 9 plus 1, that gives us 10. 8 plus 3, that gives us 11. 11 plus 10, that's 21. And last but certainly not least, I knew that this was really important to a few people here, the corners. You have to get the corners. 8 plus 7, that's 15. 4 plus 2, that's 6. 15 plus 6 is 21. Well, thank you all so much for your attention. During this time of quarantine, I don't really get many opportunities to perform magic, so I hope this has been as enjoyable for you as it has been for me. Thank you all so much. Have a great weekend. I'll pass it on back to Lakin.
Thanks so much, Isaac. If you don't mind staying on for a second, I wanted to ask a couple questions. Is that all right?
Yeah, of course.
So I'm just curious, how did you originally get into magic?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, actually, before I was into magic, I loved Rubik's Cubes. I used to solve them in competitions. I just had so much fun with them. And then I saw America's Got Talent, someone do actually magic tricks with Rubik's Cubes. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to learn how to do that. That is so cool. So I went to the Giver of All Knowledge, i.e. YouTube, and I started looking up stuff, card tricks here and there. And what's cool is that a lot of magicians have YouTube channels. They'll give away a few secrets here and there just to kind of draw young magicians in. So once you completely exhaust YouTube, you start turning towards books, going to lectures. Eventually you start to find the kind of particular niche that you're interested in. And eventually I just got to the point where I love card cheating. That's what I practice more than anything.
Wow. So do you find, I obviously, don't know anything about magic, so you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but is there like a big aspect of a certain type of brain power, if you will, that goes into magic? Like, is it more about, how good you are with like sleight of hand? Is it more about, the mathematics, like with cards? How do you approach that?
Yeah, it depends. There are some tricks that are dependent on mathematics, but I tend to shy away from them because when I do magic, it kind of gives my brain a break, and I specifically focus on the sleight of hand stuff. More often than not, it's just muscle memory, doing the same sleight of hand move over and over and over. And I think back to some stuff when I first got started that was so insanely difficult, and just by doing it over and over again, it just becomes second nature.
Sure. Wow. Well, that was pretty impressive. I've never seen anybody do anything like that with the card tricks. So thank you guys so much for bringing in Isaac. Isaac, thank you for joining us today, and
Thank
everyone
you.
give it up for Isaac. All right. Well, if Kadi is still here, are you still around, Kadi?
I
If
am.
you are, oh, there you are. See, now I forgot to get into your performance after you performed. I would just love to ask you a couple questions as well. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. So, like I said, it felt very, acoustic soul kind of, vibe going on, which I love, obviously, playing guitar as well. Do you have any specific genres that you like, or artists that, have been your influences throughout the years?
Ooh, genres. I don't know. I listen to like everything. And I think that's kind of how I kind of got my style, like the soulful, but with the ukulele. So I just mixed it up. That's what I usually like to do.
Sure.
Artists, I don't know. I have no idea. I just listen to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I think that makes for more interesting music anyway, Do you play other instruments as well? Is it just ukulele right now?
Ukulele, a little bit of piano. I beatbox a little bit, when I'm trying to get ideas out, just to have some type of rhythm. But usually everything's just on the computer, you know. That's it.
Wow. Well, that's amazing. I hope we can hear more of your stuff coming up in the future.
Mm.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to definitely give you a little bit of extra love there. So thank you so much, Kadi, for that as well. So we're going to move on to our third performer. Our third performer tonight, is Timothy Correo, and he is a media production major and president of KU Radio. Senior Timothy will be reading tonight from his list of band names. Please, everyone, welcome Timothy.
Hi. Well, thank you, Lakin. So for the past 4 years or so, I've been compiling a list of band names, as you can see here. And I'm going to start this timer and read as many as I can in 4 minutes, or until it's no longer funny, whichever comes first. Physical copy, basically unavailable. Closer to the sky, smelling of smoke, road to nowhere, majestic heights, approaching Halloween, more teal, men of Athens, technically invalid, highly relevant, my forever, 5 frames of animation, a scarcity of men, darkroom business, waiting for fries, another Tuesday, outward handbag, bittersweet symphony, in name only, the notion of participation, eudaimonia, living rationally, unconventional oatmeal, edge of the shot, disappointing high, please exit stage right, downtime radio, coming to terms with the fact that my life is not a movie, pleasant illusions, the dangers of skipping, white mold, reusable fire, air parasites, moldy dishes, edible way, under the pressure of tire pressure, Christmas tree fire, 4-foot knee rest, blackout board, my Cracker Barrel arson charge, in tree church, free protein, dense and hollow, can't spell syrup, kaleidoscopic elves, dense cake, the next page, cross-hatching, the Babel approach, strike through, hyphenation, pasta display, wasted meat, redacted symmetry, twice upon a time, lemons in winter, the middlemen, bread talk, halfway to Friday, second right fireball, the leaves on my bonsai, emergency locksmith, numb state, prison flash mob, witnessing sunrise, beyond Pluto, the pocket seam, the direction of Mars, inferior planets, harmonic motion, 20-pound piccolo, the recent bachelors, to be significant, man runs marathons, overcast guitar, empty campus, unreliable spotters, glass wiretap, foggy valley, liquid stones, animatronic life, elevator chair, a lesser equal, soap somewhere, the belt and otherwise, the eternal walk, the back bar, botany orphanage, unchecked vibes, vibe and otherwise, radio oblivion, AI spiders, VR dinner, wilting basil, minimal flow, dry load, suspended river, Voltron gunk, aquatic conflicts, playing with sound, pregame breakfast, banana summer, vibe circled, losing time, overwhelmingly Caucasian, astrosphere, Pangea breakfast, limo rec mode, celestial stoners, the perfect crime, Kutztown fog, hierarchy of the heart, subatomic tweezers, inharmonicity, the locals, living ears, critical bandwidth, absolute magnitude, identical stars, octave illusion, the tritone paradox, nearly harmonic, solar tsunami, numb to the touch, vibe after death, liquid cane sugar, drunk on boredom, general hatred, ethical meat, 3D frisbee, hot yoga, bonsai orange, accidental orange, slingshot parking lot, tangent scooter, lane 5, door to nothing, fruit-shaped maracas, cold pizza, the banana band, third-party Bluetooth, the sounds of the city, midday movies, rainy Tuesday, spotlight baseball, peace and pain, as close as far can get, corporal echo, false positives, strip mall, self-rising solo cups, the quarantiners, my self-imposed quarantine, tangible love, virtual concert, Papa John's Day of Reckoning, ambient visuals, death by hospitality, sweet bingo, bedroom's house, simulated danger, running in the rain, pigeon roof, silent trees, leaning into you, gecko onesie, Soviet cookbook, rooting for bonsai, dream heavy sleep, quarantine gyro drop, table Sunday, and very nice shirt. Thank you very much for listening, and back to you, Lakin.
That was amazing. Definitely not what I was expecting, and in a good way. You know, where did you come up with these?
I started doing this in like my junior year of like high school, and I joined this theater club because my one friend was in it. Like my sophomore year when I transferred to Kutztown, and as a joke, I did it at one of their open mic nights, and I've just kind of been doing it ever since because it's just kind of fun. So yeah, there's not much to it, but that's just kind of how that came to be.
I gotta say, the ones that made me laugh the most were unconventional oatmeal, overwhelmingly Caucasian, and Papa John's Day of Reckoning.
I'm glad you like those. That third one's one of my favorites. That's
pretty amazing. I gotta say, my favorite from an artistic standpoint was Unchecked Vibes. I might have to steal that from you, Tim.
Go for it.
Well, thank you so much, Tim, for that. Sorry about that. Thank you so much. And that was definitely unique. Thank you so much for that. So in case you guys are just joining, we are in the middle of our open mic night, and we've had 3 students showcase their talents. I'm going to do a little song in here in the middle, and then we will get right back to some more performances. So this one is going to be this one's going to be another cover. I was thinking of different songs that I could kind of resurrect, and this one is one that I haven't done in a very long time. But you know, I love the 90s. I don't know how many of y'all love the 90s and you know, the music that came out of that era. I think everyone's a little nostalgic about the music that they kind of grew up on. So the 90s is definitely one of those for me. So let's see if you guys recognize this. This is a song by Train. Here we go. She doesn't own a dress. Her hair is always a mess. If you catch her stealing, she won't confess. She's beautiful, smokes a pack a day. Wait, that's me anyway. She doesn't care a thing about that hair. She thinks I'm beautiful. Leave Virginia. She never compromises, loves babies and surprises, wears high heels when she exercises. Ain't that beautiful? Leave Virginia. Well, she wants to be the queen, then she thinks about her scene, pulls her head back as she screams, I don't really wanna be the queen. Her daddy wrestles alligators, mama works on carburetors, her brother is a fine mediator for the president. And here she is again on the phone, just like me, hates to be alone. We just like to sit home and work on the president and leave Virginia. Well, she wants to live her life, then she thinks about her life and pulls her head back as she screams, I don't really wanna live this life. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, oh, no, yeah. She only drinks coffee at midnight when the moment is not right and the timing is quite unusual. You see, her confidence is tragic, but her intuition magic, and the shape of her body unusual. Beat Virginia. I can't wait to meet Virginia, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, she wants to be the queen, and then she thinks about her scene. Yeah, she wants to live her life, and then she thinks about her life and pulls her head back as she screams, and I don't really want to breathe queen. I don't really want to breathe queen. I don't really want to breathe queen. I don't really want to live this. All right. Okay. Well, let's keep it going here. We're going to move on to our next set of performers. Next, we have Rachel Garner. Rachel graduated KU just in 2018, and tonight she will be singing Jolene. Please, everyone, welcome Rachel Garner.
Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Your beauty is beyond compare, flame locks of auburn hair, ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring, but stop like summer rain. I cannot compete with you, Jolene. He talks about you in his sleep. He talks about you in his sleep. There's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. And although I can understand how you could easily take my man, he's the only one for me, Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man, Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take him just because you can. You could have your choice, man, but I could never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. I had to have this talk with you. My happiness depends on you. Whatever you decide to do, Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man, Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take him even though you can. Jolene. Back to you, Lakin.
All right. Well, thank you, Rachel. Rachel, quick question for you. Are you still there, Rachel? I can't see you. I don't know.
Yep.
Oh, there we
I'm
go.
still here.
So I have a quick question. Whose version of Jolene is your favorite? Is it the original? Is it Dolly Parton?
Hers is good, but I also like the one done by Jennifer Nettles and Pentatonics. That one was really good.
Oh, I have not heard that one. Okay, so I'm gonna have to educate myself on that and go check that out. There was a one.
That's part of the CMA when
Okay.
they did a tribute to her.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say there was another award show where John Mayer, Nora Jones, and Keith Urban did a little bit of Jolene, and that was my absolute favorite version of that song. But I'm gonna have to check out your version soon. Thank you so much for joining us, Rachel. Everyone, give it up for Rachel. Awesome. All right, so our next performer is going to be Alice Zwill. I believe Alice joined us last time. Isn't that correct? I think it is. Alice, our next guest, has been writing and composing poetry for as long as she could hold a pencil. She is a proud author of 20 plus pieces of various flash fiction and plans on going into storyboarding or script writing for cartoons when she graduates from college. Please, everyone, welcome Alice Zwill, who will be reading a few of her short stories.
Hello, everybody. My name is Alice, and I have today a selection of 3 flash fiction stories. For those of you who don't know, flash fiction is basically a story in 350 words or less. It is a very short form of writing that really forces a writer to focus in on the narrative that they want and cut out all the extra. I have 3 stories to present to you today. There's some of my earlier work, but they were more episodic when the later stuff I made. Basically, I feel like these would be better for it. We're starting off with a little something with a story. So I invite you all to close your eyes, open your mind, and prepare to take a peek into an alternate universe as we take a look at a story called A Book Pitch. Hi, my name is Marge Tenacity. You may know me from my best-selling novels, Reincarnation and You, and Past Lives, Past Wives. I've been writing about our lovely little quirk of reincarnation ever since it was discovered. But now, I've decided to bring my quirky, lovable, and only slightly saccharine writing style to a whole new level of guidance. Tell me something, have you ever brought a seemingly normal child home and they started reaching for your knife block? Have you ever looked out into the yard and saw your child burning the neighbor's dog with a magnifying glass? Are they taking way too much interest in tax loopholes? Ever wish you could have a guide on what to do if your kid's just not right in the head? Well, do I have a book for you. Introducing Help, My Child's a Felon, a comprehensive guide on how to gently direct and guide your child away from the criminal lifestyle of their past lives, featuring everything from arson, Chapter 12, to murder, Chapter 3, to tax fraud, Chapters 8 to 11. This handy-dandy guidebook will prepare you for all the bumps and slumps that raising a previous felon can bring. Because as we all know, raising a child is tough. Nobody's a perfect parent, plain and simple. And having a child with a predisposition for illegal weaponry certainly isn't helping. It can be scary being all alone in this. That's why my book comes with a subscription to our exclusive felony parenting hotline, a nice, cozy echo chamber for all the moms whose kids are slightly harder than others. The perfect place to complain about how hard your life is while your child struggles with the atrocities of their past lives. So purchase your copy of Help, My Child's a Felon today, because it isn't a crime to need a little bit of help. I hope you all enjoyed that one. My second story tonight, if you don't mind me reading a second story, is a little something called A Date with Destiny. Well, yeah. So you can look at a person, close your eyes, and see the happiest moment they'll have? The skeletal figure nodded as he mimed eating his ice cream. No way! June's eyes sparkled. That's so cool! Can you do it on anyone? He gave her a smile. Sure. Would you like me to pick someone? She chewed on her popsicle stick thoughtfully. She scanned the park, pointing at a boy on a slide. What about that kid? He focused on the child before closing his eyes. I'm seeing lead guitarist in a band, alongside college friends. Whoa, neato! She beamed. I wonder if he does autographs. Her eyes wandered off to someone new. Do her next. Blonde girl by the swings. Okay, then. After a moment of quiet, he came back with indie developer. Reviews coming in. 5 stars. Aw, that's amazing! She directed him to a guy walking with his wife. Do him! Do him! He closed his eyes, and his smile waned. Him in bed with someone. 1 ring on the nightstand. Ooh, she winced before turning away. Yeesh, that's not gonna end well. He nodded. She looked over at his ice cream cone, still uneaten and melting. You gonna finish that? By all means. He offered it and she scarfed it down. I'm surprised you didn't ask about yours. Most humans I've told ask for theirs immediately. She finished her bite of cone. But that's no fun! Who would want to see spoilers for their own life? Makes living a lot less fun, in my opinion. He stayed quiet for a moment, then smiled softly. So wise, and yet so childish. Hey, Oz! He snapped back to reality for a moment at her call. I'm going to go throw out my popsicle stick. Want to wait here? Sure. I'll keep your spot open for you. She nodded, giving him a smile and running off to find a trash can. As she walked off, he quietly closed his eyes. His smile grew wide at the scene he saw. June holding his skeletal hand, with matching rings on them both. That is my second story for the night. And this last one is actually kind of special because not only is it a flash fiction story, it is based off of a real experience that my grandma had at her workplace when she was younger. So close your eyes, open your mind, and take a little journey back in time as we look at the final story I'll be presenting tonight, Heels in the Office by Alice Zwill, myself. Orville! Greetings, Miss Michkowski. He hadn't even looked up from his desk, and he could already tell who it was. He'd recognize her indignant voice and slamming of doors from anywhere. He had no idea what she could be mad about this time, so he kept his eyes on his work. That was until a pair of checks was slapped over his documents. Care to explain? He picked up the 2 checks, examining them. One was made out to Steffi Michkowski, the other to a new hire they'd gotten this week. He gave a deadpan look to the woman staring him down across the desk. I don't see a problem here, Miss Michkowski. She pinched the bridge of her nose and let out a sigh. This greenhorn is getting paid twice what I am. Twice! I've been teaching this kid. He can't even unjam a typewriter. Miss Michkowski, he's a Yale graduate. He's an asset to this department. Oh, and I'm not? She laughed dryly. I've been with this company for 3 years, and this little fathead gets to waltz on in here and get paid more for doing nothing? He stood up from his desk, attempting to defuse the situation. Now, no need to shriek, miss. This is just how things work in the business world. A woman in your position should be glad to be paid even close to someone like him. There are women working for railway that get paid a lot less than you do. It'd be wise for you to know where you stand. She stared at him open-mouthed. A few sputters and some failed attempts to retort later, she let out a breath and stilled her expression. Fine. If that's how this world works, then I don't want a part of it. What do you mean? Her employee ID was tossed on the desk. His eyes widened in disbelief as he turned to face her. He'd never seen such fire in her eyes. I quit. And that's my final story for the night. Thank you very much for listening. Back to you, Lakin.
Thanks so much, Alice. I just, you have so much character. It's amazing. I love it. I love hearing everything that you come up with. I gotta say that last one was my favorite because I feel like I've heard that exact story from a lot of women. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Now, I of course, I want to dig into your brain a little bit. But which one of those is your favorite? I'm curious.
Honestly, I kind of love. Oh gosh, it's really hard for me to pick. I love a date with Destiny because I just thought it was so fun to come up with scenarios. Heels in the Office was cool because I got to dramatize an actual event, and a book pitch also let me kind of tap into like this kind of upsetness I have over those kind of parents who are like, oh, I'm suffering so much because I have an autistic kid. Oh, woe is me. And just like channel that into a supernatural medium. But honestly, oh gosh, book pitch. Definitely book pitch. I love getting to like really get into a voice for a character and just like run wild with it.
Yeah, that's fun. I gotta say that first one, when you were reading that one, I was thinking, oh, I could totally see a sketch on, Saturday Night Live doing that exact thing, just like very sarcastic kind of humor. But I love it. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for sharing your talent. Please keep writing, and next time we do this, I expect to see some more of that from you.
Well, I've got over 20 of them waiting in the wings, so I'll have more to share.
Yep, and I'm sure you'll have even more by then. So thank you so much. All right, so that we're supposed to have one more on the roster. I'm not sure if she's here, but I'm going to do a couple more. And if that closes it, then that closes it. But this is, I'm going to do an original, and then I'm going to do a cover for you. Again, my name is Lakin. Thank you, KU, for bringing me out and being the host one more time for your open mics. These are so fun to do, and much needed in this time of Corona because we're all in our respective places and probably a lot of us going a little stir crazy. So it's nice to have a little community, even if it's virtually out there sharing our creative gifts. So thank you guys for putting this on. This one that I'm going to do is a song I've written about falling in love in the fall time. So it's kind of a little play on words here. But it's kind of my happy, joyful kind of falling in love romantic song, because I feel like, I don't know if anybody else out there is like this, but I feel like there's something very nostalgic and romantic about the autumn, and you can see my background over here, my fake background over here, the leaves changing colors and all that. Yeah, there's just something special about that. And I wanted to write a song that kind of reflected that feeling that you get from the fall and that feeling that you get from falling in love and kind of putting them together in one song. So this one is called The Perfect Kind of Fall. waning sun lights up your face. I love you in this time and place changes near, but I have you here. One thing I know for sure, that sunset was made just for me and you. It's falling as fast as we do. You are. We feel that chill is in the air, and breathing in without a care. We don't feel the cold. We have each other to hold, yeah. As we fall into autumn and trees turn their leaves into colors I see in your eyes when I sing to you. We will catch each other in love every time. You are the season changing. You are the perfect kind of fall. Ooh, perfect kind of fall, yeah. You are the season changing. You are the perfect kind of fall. Ooh, perfect kind of fall, yeah. Ooh, yeah. As we fall into water, I will catch you in fall, yeah, yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to do a cover here. This is one of my favorite ones to do. It's interesting. When I first started playing in public places, I had no clue what I was doing, and was just trying to find different songs that I could play. I had to fill up like 4 hours worth of time at this sports bar. And so I would just kind of take any requests and I would go home and learn them, or I would try to learn them on the spot if I thought I knew them well enough. And this one particular time, this woman came up to me and asked if I knew any Disney songs. And I was like, I don't really, but I could try to learn them on the spot. And so she requested this song, and it just kind of stuck. And so this is my version of a Disney classic. Hopefully y'all will recognize. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you. If your heart is in your dream, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. Fate is kind, she brings to those who love sweet fulfillment of their secret longing. Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. All right. Yes, it is old school Disney. Someone was asking. All right. I got one more short one for you. I'm just going to double check. I'm just double checking with my people here. Is this going to be my last song? We don't have any more performers. I'm okay with surprises. So if you hop out of here right now, that's all right. All right. Looks like that's the last. I'm the last of the last here. So quick shout out again to KU. Thank you all for putting this on. Thank you to Deggy, my management, for facilitating this show. It's amazing to make a living, doing music, and I love being online with you guys right now and sharing with something that can bring us all together. So thank you so much. If you would like to follow me or you like, the music that I'm playing, you can find me online at Lakin Music, LAKIN music.com, or that's also my handle. So Lakin Music on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. So we can keep in touch. I would love to keep in touch with y'all. And thank you for all of those watching. We appreciate your support. And for the students and the performers tonight, it's not always easy to get up here and and do this. I almost feel like there's a little bit of added pressure when you're not in front of actual people. So thank y'all for supporting all the performers tonight. And we just appreciate y'all. I'm going to do another original here. This one is another tune off of my latest record that I just released earlier this year. The album's called Silent Conversations. You can find that everywhere that's online as well. But this last one is probably one of the most important tunes on the album. It's just about having more empathy. And I feel like everyone will agree with me when I say that our world needs a lot of that right now. We're in a very, I will say unprecedented, but I'm sure there's been a lot of points in history that are this contentious. So we just need a lot more love right now. And I think the world would be a lot better, if we extended more grace and empathy to people, especially those who are marginalized and oppressed, instead of attacking people and blindsiding them. So this one is called Blindside. You wouldn't understand now, would you? In me like the clouds trying to see the end. We've all got a little bit in us now, don't we? Too filthy and high up on ourselves, yeah. See just a little bit clearer, see just a little bit clearer, oh, see just a little bit clearer, see just a little bit clearer, oh, see like we're looking in the mirror, see like bigger than the picture, eyes without blind side. Go back to the very beginning now, won't you? Then go start within us when we're born. Yeah. Before caught that one a sinner, I warn you. Remember the grave is where you came from. Yeah, yeah. See just a little bit clearer. See just a little bit clearer. Oh, see just a little bit clearer. See just a little bit clearer. Oh, see it like we're looking in the mirror. See it like bigger than the picture eyes with our blind side. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, ooh. Oh, yeah. See just a little bit clearer. See just a little bit clearer. Oh, see just a little bit clearer. See just a little bit clearer. Oh, see just a little bit clearer. To see just a little bit clearer. To see just a little bit clearer. To see just a little bit clearer. Oh, to see it like we're looking in the mirror. To see it like bigger than the picture eyes with our blind side. Just a little bit clearer now. See just a little bit clearer now. Yeah, just to see, yeah. All right, y'all. That's it for tonight's open mic. Thank you so much. I'm gonna get out of this tunnel. Thank you so much for joining us for KU's open mic night. We are going to wish you adieu. Thank you for joining us, and